Welcome back, everyone. My name is Nikhil, and this is the Nikhil Hogan Show. And I have a great guest. This is Teresa Vilaplana, and she is a professor of piano, I guess, at the Conservatorio Superior di Musica di Aragon. Aragon, right? Geez.
Aragon.
Aragon. Oh, okay.
No problem. It's difficult.
Yeah, sometimes I think Mexico and then Mexico. I don't want to. So Aragon. Okay, wonderful. So Teresa, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here.
No, it's the honor is all mine, and I actually discovered you through Shimon Jakubowski, and he is of course a great improvising pianist. And it turns out that the two of you are friends, right? And you've, I guess, collaborated in some regards. So, first of all, why don't we just talk about yourself? Why don't you just introduce yourself a little bit about your background?
Yes, I'm, as you said, Spanish from north of Spain. So I started, as most of us, with the piano. I am now 41, so I started with 7, so the most of my life playing piano. And in the, let's say we understand, everybody who watches this understands the traditional way.
Yes.
But always at home was also rock, jazz, other kind of music sounding. My father was a drummer, and my mother is also a musician. So yes, this contact with non-written music was always there. But as we know, repertoire playing is very difficult, and I never had time to enjoy playing without score until I started to work, so end of my 20s, more or less. And I started to teach. And then I also met Shimon in Leipzig. This was 2013, more or less, 13, 14. And I was there teaching.
It's like 10 years ago.
10 years ago, more or less,
wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Teaching Schulpra, which is in German, Schulpraktisches Klavierspiel, is like applied piano for school. And he was also teaching this subject there. And then we started to talk, and he was giving me material for the lessons, and I had the feeling, yes, this is what I was looking for. Like bass lines, easy bass lines, I don't know, from romanesca to folía. So this kind of material. And I was also teaching children at the same time in other schools in Berlin. And yes, teaching children was a very big step for me, because I realized that children are very honest and get bored very easily. And giving written material didn't work. I'm talking about 5, 6, 7 years old children. So I started to experiment with them. I don't know. I remember one child, he wanted to play this Coldplay.
Right.
You know, so we learned that, and then let's transpose it, and these kind of games, without knowing what. I didn't want to give them a paper and to say this is C, and so on. And yes, this was working at the same time with Leipzig, Shimon, talking to him, and all of that. And then I was also like, as a pianist myself, feeling strange playing just pieces on the stage. So it was like, this is not working for me. It's very personal feeling. It's not, other people are great on that, and I'm not a virtuoso pianist. So why I should suffer so much and do this? Which doesn't mean I don't like to play the pieces. At the same time, I enjoy very much pieces. Schubert, I don't know, Debussy, Falla, Spanish composers, but more like a family at home in another way. So I start to improvising from zero. I had always from childhood good hearing. So I could play songs, folk songs from hearing without score. So this was easy for me. But I started from like free improvisation, even atonal. So putting the hands in the piano and trying to check what comes. And then suddenly, I also met jazz musicians in Berlin. It was happening everything at the same time, more or less. I was always searching. So this is a long story. So at the end, I'm now somewhere in the middle of classical, mostly tonal, sometimes jazzy. Uh, it depends of what I want to do as a musician. So now, as you said, I'm accompanying silent movies,
Mm.
and this is a great thing because I can discover new my personal way of improvising.
Yeah,
Yes,
well,
this
that's great.
would be a resume. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So there's a lot that you covered. I want to start going in detail
Yes.
for
Yes.
the different periods. And what's it like in Spain if you want to take piano, classical piano? Is it typical like you would just the conservatory approach? That's everyone goes that way: repertoire, recitals, memorization, uh, playing very fast, that sort of thing. Is that typical for classical music in Spain? What's Spain like?
So as far as I know Germany quite well because I was living there for a long time. So in comparing with Germany, in Spain you have also a official academic music education from the childhood. I mean, in Germany you can go to a private music school or private teacher, and then if you want to continue, you do the bachelor, right? But
Mm.
in Spain, we have from the very beginning academic school where you, as you said, you study, let's say, piano in this case, and also we have solfeggio, but not solfeggio but from Barat,
Oh, right.
another kind of solfeggio.
Oh, it's fixed though. Is that probably
The fixed, yeah,
right?
yeah, mostly, I would
Okay.
say. Is based, is based on written music, and we sing quite a lot. This is good.
Yeah.
Still,
In Spain, there's a
um,
lot of singing.
yeah. But unfortunately, I have the feeling the children don't know folk songs as
Mm.
before. But there are many choir groups also in the this music school. We say
Yeah.
grado medio, grado profesional, so professional or medium grade, and this is parallel to the high school, primary school, high school,
Right.
until you are 18, and then if you want to continue, then you do bachelor.
You said you were experimenting with improvisation from a young age, right? So did your classical teacher were they interested in, or at least like open minded to it, or is it pretty straightforward when you took piano lessons? It was going to be more like the more so-called modern way.
Uh, the things I did from about improvisation, it was on my own. I remember even having like, "Don't play that. This is not written,"
Really?
or things like that. Yeah, always pieces. Yeah, it's just that I have always the remember of these my non-musicians friends liking rock and pop, and I am into another world who nobody knows. We are so apart of the world, and this has disturbed me always, even today. Like, why are we so separated from the world? The conservatory itself is so separate, no, from
Yeah.
the real world. And this is why I try to bring also popular music to the lessons as part of the repertoire, so to say.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh, when did you? What can you tell me about your path of just learning the piano? What would you and just in reflection and going into conservatory? I mean, like, how did that feel? I mean, as a person choosing your music as your career, that's a big decision, and then deciding, okay, I'm going to focus on piano. And did you know what you wanted to do when you joined the conservatories? Oh, I'm going to be a concert artist. I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to. Did you have any idea, like, and how that moved you?
Yeah, this is a good question. I think we learn to read pieces, right? And then now I have this feeling of the students learn to play pieces, but is this who is going to buy this? I mean, we all have to eat and to buy
Mm.
food and a house and whatever we need, and our work needs to be how do you say? Someone has to buy this product,
Mm.
right? So this education, I from the middle of 20s, maybe I had this feeling like I like to play pieces. I really I did like, but at the same time I have this feeling. So the only way to earn money is to teach,
Yeah.
and how can I play music and also as a professional? And even today, this how do you say in English? This two ways problem. No?
Yeah.
You want to have a good life, but at the same time, you love music. And sometimes I have the feeling it's better to be an amateur because then you do what you want. You don't, and
Yeah.
you earn money from other things.
I totally well, you know what Charles Ives, right, was like music was not his profession. I think
Yeah.
he was
Uh,
like
uh,
what did he do? He had a Borodin, right, was worked with the Russian government. I remember all these people had regular jobs, and then music was like their what they did. No, you raised a very important question. How do you make money from this? And
yes.
but going on to your story, was it 10 years ago when you decided that you needed something more from the experience of playing music, and was there any like moment where you just felt like I have to make? Is there any like key moment in your life? I need to change something.
There are moments, no, not only one moment. There are different moments. Meeting people like Simon is one of them. Also meeting, I know Tobias Kram. I also
Oh,
had
okay.
lessons with Ewald, the Yemer, with Peter
Really?
Van Toor. So I know all of them.
Wow. That's
So,
great.
but this is the last years. This is not the beginning. My
Yeah.
last so Partimento and all of this came like in the last 3-4 years, not
Ah,
before.
oh, so when did you discover Partimento?
with
And
with Simon.
how
I
and the
I
question
don't
is
know.
like how did you discover it?
With I think thanks to you,
Oh,
actually.
me. Oh, to
Yes,
me. Okay.
yes. I
That's
think
nice to
I
know.
wrote I wrote Partimento everywhere, like in Google, because Simon told me about that.
Yeah.
I wrote Partimento even in Spotify to check to check if there was any podcast about this on, and
Yeah.
then you came
Yeah.
uh, with the
Well, I'm like
first.
you. I like when I've discovered this, I was like, this is so amazing. Like, what is there anything else? And that's the whole thing in life, right? If there's nothing, you have to do it, right? So if there's nothing, you have to do it. So I did it. I'm really glad to hear that. So yeah,
Yes,
and what was that
yes,
journey like? You said you worked with Ewald, Peter Van Toor. These are really great people, and Tobias.
yes.
I'm curious to know how was your experience? Now you're a very good pianist, concert pianist. What was it like stepping into like kind of a different style of training?
It's very the in my as musician is probably until today the most beautiful change in my life. I mean, like how is not the everybody is doing this. How is this possible? And I try to convince, not is not the right word, to explain my colleagues here
Mm,
what is partimento, and in my lessons I use it because I'm not teaching piano now. I teach improvisation and I accompany
mm,
violas. So I not only partimento but improvisation in
yeah,
general. And I'm always amazed, how is it possible that no more people is doing this? Not only more here, of course, the
yeah,
old music people like
Yeah.
organ, clavichord, cembalo people, of course, know, but not the rest. Not the rest. And for me, this is amazing. And it's, yeah, probably the most beautiful or the most important moment. Like 3-4 years ago, when I started to read Jerdingen books and all of this, it was like, wow, this is what I was looking for. First, Simon, first door, Nikhil, and then all of these books and Tobias' workshop
Yeah.
in Basel. Yeah, it has been uh, different stones in different times.
Yeah. Do you look at
Yeah.
repertoire differently? Like having
Yes.
gone through Partimento, I
Absolutely.
mean, you've been playing piano, like you said, 30 plus years, more than 30 years. Like, how do you, like now when you're looking at music, do you have different eyes?
Absolutely.
Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. Yeah. For example, it comes to my mind because I'm playing with violas. The beginning of the Opus 120 sonata. This, you know,
Who's that by?
Brahms. Sorry,
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
like the sonata.
Yeah, the
uh,
sonata. Oh, of course.
in this moment of my life is my sonata. Opus 120 by Brahms for viola or clarinet and piano.
Okay.
And yeah, I played this since uh, 15 years, as a
Okay.
student, then as a teacher, different moments. And I remember as a, so 15 years ago, trying to make every note beautiful. Like every note is a melody, is a nice accompaniment, but it's also melody, blah, blah, blah. So the sound, the quality of the
Mm.
sound. But now I see this is the rule of the octave, you know, and probably people who is listening to me doesn't realize. But for me, this is a big question, as a performing pieces. If there is any change from outside, if you know that this is
That's a
the
good
rule.
question.
As a teacher, it's another world, because
Yeah.
I can play the chords, I can change the accompaniment when I play with
Mm.
my students and
Yeah.
do another kind of rhythm, and also transpose and not to think about every note,
Yeah.
more about the chord,
Yeah.
and it's easier. Uh, yeah, it changed the way, and in general is everything from the bass now, how I
Yeah.
see the pieces. Yeah.
I want to hear more about your training and in Partimento, your journey. Your journey really interests me. I like it when like someone who's like a very good concert style pianist gets into this different world and they just really grow. There's such a big growth, I think.
But it's a growing you take another way, I would say, right? I mean, I don't have time now to learn new pieces, or maybe I would have time, but I don't know. It's not my main. My energy is not focused on that.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Mm, it's of course possible to learn pieces, to play pieces and improvise with them, and do everything at the same time. But I think the difference is the focus, where you put your energy in playing perfectly all the notes, or understanding the music and doing something with that, not only playing the notes, the written notes. And I think it's also think about how you are, your personality. And I'm not a virtuoso pianist, believe me. I need a lot of time to have the things in my hands, and I need time. I'm not a fast player, so maybe if I would have this talent, I wouldn't have interest on Partimento, and I don't know,
Good point. Yeah. I
you
don't
know.
know. I feel like yeah, there's such an emphasis on memorization, and I feel it takes up
Mm,
so much time. And also to play at a
mm.
certain tempo, uh, it's I
The
mean,
whole energy you need. You are
you
like
need a lot of time,
a
and
sport
yes, it
professional
becomes like a sport, and it becomes like, and then there's people don't want to talk about
Olympics.
injuries, but you get a lot of injuries too if you play
Yes,
the same
also.
piece over
Mm,
a lot of times.
mm,
Repetitive stress injuries, focal dystonia. You get a lot of
mm,
injuries. So
mm.
yeah, I think there's a lot of issues with the way a lot of
Yes,
pianists are training
yes.
the next generation. Which I think is a problem.
But
But
it's
go ahead.
big,
Yeah,
big, big step to change that. Difficult yet. I
yeah,
think at least in Spain, my viola students have to learn pieces and very difficult pieces. So I'm trying still to where to put improvisation in these lessons, but it's difficult because they have to play this piece for the
yeah,
exam.
yeah.
So it's not easy.
Let's talk about teaching improvisation. So Partimento is Partimento. That's a certain 18th century style,
Mm-hmm.
galant style. It's wonderful. But when you're improvisation, I know like Shimon plays in many different periods as well. You yourself, how do you teach that? Like what do you use to teach that? What materials do you do to learn improvisation?
It's I think it's a very big world. I mean, you can organize the material as you want. I the my students have 4 semesters improvisation. This is quite funny. Only polyphonic instruments have improvisation. So piano, accordion, harp, guitar, cembalo, organ, and then also conducting and composing, but not violin, viola,
Mm,
clarinet. In
really?
my
Yeah,
conservatory,
yeah,
or in other conservatories in Spain is different. I mean, each conservatory can organize this. I will change this. My goal is that everybody has improvisation. So
is
I
that is improvisation now something that they actually teach in conservatories? Is it becoming mainstream?
not yet, not yet. It will, but not yet. As far as I see in Spain, I mean, maybe
Your
we need.
conservatory does it though, right? That's great.
Yeah, we do it, but improvisation is still not
Mm,
so big. They don't have so many credits for that, and they don't
yeah.
have time to practice most of the most
Mm,
important. They don't have time to
yeah.
practice what we do at in the lesson. So I
Yeah.
try to use their pieces to do small exercises for them.
Yeah.
So for example, now we are in 19th century. About your question, I organize the material in 4 periods, more or less: Baroque, classical, romantic, and 20th century, but mostly pop, rock, jazz, not
Okay.
contemporary music.
Yeah, yeah. And by
So
contemporary you mean
now
like 20th
at
century
autumnal.
Ligeti. Yeah,
Exactly.
Ligeti.
This is not my topic. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
not. It's not for me.
fair
I'm
enough.
not the person for that. um, so now we are in the 19th century, and
Mhm.
we are using, for example, we were looking at motifs or Chopin. So how he used scale. So how he puts ornaments on that to play different ways of improvising or written music.
Mhm.
For example, uh, like this, right?
Oh yeah,
So
the waltz.
the waltz. um, so also very chromatic things,
Yeah.
and to take the students off from the score and play these things in different keys and different rhythm and with different accompaniments or only the right hand, as easy as possible. I don't want people to suffer. uh, and also easy accompaniment. This easy stuff. To make them feel, yeah, I can do this without piece. I can create a 8 bar piece or 12 bar piece,
Yeah.
and I don't need to see it. This is what we are doing now, more or
Do
less.
your students come to you and discover, like have they discovered Partimento through you and improvisation, or like do you find like younger people are a bit more aware of these things, or they are still sort of like very new, like your undergraduate students?
Different. Each of them is different. They come from different parts of Spain, so they are very different. But some few weeks ago, one student told me the a very nice thing. He told me, Teresa, this is a very sad lesson because now for me the composers are not genius anymore. Like
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 he understands, like
yes,
usually it used
yes,
to
this is
be.
what.
Yeah, I know what he's saying. It used to be that they couldn't even understand what they're doing,
Yes,
and it's just a
yes,
mystery, and we're just
yes,
transmitting their music through our fingers. But he now understands the music, so really
yes.
he understands what they're doing.
When you can use the stuff for you and you can change something and it's still beautiful. I mean, of course, the written thing is one option, but it's not God or sacred thing. You can do your stuff and it's okay. It's good.
So with teaching improvisation, so you talked about the 19th century. What about Baroque? A little bit
Mm-hmm.
like, what do you think about that as well? Teaching that one.
For me, it was a big step because I'm not Shimon. I mean,
He likes that stuff.
I'm not able to improvise a fugue, four voices fugue. I'm not yet. Let's say, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we all have
uh,
time.
yes, yes. It's I mean, 18th century is special stuff, right?
Yeah.
And this counterpoint, and this is a small. I for me, it's a slower way to learn improvisation with Tobias, Ewald, Shimon, and my free time. I practice my stuff, and what I gave my students is a lot of material from Shimon, from the things I
Yeah.
learned before. So two voices and rule of the octave and 151. Also from I had, by the way, lessons with Derek Ramesh also.
Oh, yeah. He's great.
Yes,
He's the Bach
yes.
master. He
Wow,
really
amazing.
he
He's
knows
amazing.
he knows everything about Bach.
Yes, he's amazing. And a lot of material, by the way, in his website
Yeah.
I use in my lessons. And
Let's give him a plug. I'll bring up his website.
okay. So two voices things. So like what Simon is also teaching now. Two voices. This kind of thing, like in different keys. Also, Partimento from Fenaroli, Durante, Furno, but the easiest ones,
Yeah.
mostly from Furno. Yeah.
Yeah.
The easiest ones, and we check also beginnings of pieces they are playing, Baroque also, and try to make them easier for them to, and to maybe also what we do sometimes is to write the thoroughbass
Yeah.
from the pieces, not the whole piece but the beginning maybe or the end, the cadence, to make them understand what is happening.
How do your violinists and violists, how do they feel when you change notes, when you accompany? Do they notice? How do they respond?
Oh, I don't do that.
So you still play the
I,
score.
I don't change. No, unfortunately, I don't do it. Maybe in the classical concerto,
Yeah.
classical concerti. So viola, Stamitz, Hofmeister.
Mm.
This it's easier. It's possible to play from thoroughbass, right?
Yeah.
But not Walton or Bartok
Oh yeah.
or what else are we playing? Hindemith.
It's a bit more through composed.
Yeah, it was more difficult. Yeah,
Yeah.
the classical ones, yes, but not even Brahms is. Yeah, it's so good music. Oh, it's still even for me difficult to change notes there. But
Yeah.
yeah, I have still to think about that, to think about how to bring improvisation into these lessons repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Can I
viola.
ask you now, one of the subjects of your teaching? What do you say about sight reading? So is sight reading? I'm a big fan of sight reading. I think sight reading is so important. But no, but what do you think about it? And you know, obviously improvisation, improvisation doesn't have the score, but we're talking about sight reading now. So like, how do you teach it? What's your perspective on it? I'd like to know.
Yeah. Before, as a student, a younger person, I didn't like too much, or didn't like. I didn't use it. No, I don't think so. And now, as a teacher and as a musician, I use it a lot. Not to practice to improve my sight reading.
Hmm.
I'm not a. I realized in the last year I'm not a person who likes to train. You know, I need a goal, an artistic goal. So like the
Yeah, yeah,
silent movies thing,
yeah.
and to put the heart on that, not only practicing
Ah, I
for
see what you
being
mean.
a,
You have like a target, and then everything comes
yes,
together. Okay.
yes,
So
and
like
then I
individual
practice.
things is a bit too dry. Is that right? If it's just like
Yes, I
yeah.
tried very many times, but uh, it's also only a sport then for me.
Hmm.
Also, even if it's Partimento, or I need a reason to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Artistic, even better. Uh, so sorry, what were you
So wait,
asking
when
me?
you said you didn't use it before, so is it because you you memorize the music more? So you just play it and
Yes,
then memorize it.
yes,
Okay. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. And
Yes, it's
now,
true. Yeah.
yeah, but playing beginnings of pieces with my students,
Yeah.
you need sight reading. I mean,
Yeah.
you do that, so you maybe not the whole piece, but you start to play the beginning, and then we start to already we transpose that and we change
Yeah.
things and we analyze and we change something. Uh, uh, but of course, we are using that
Yeah.
skill. Hmm.
You said you had great ears, like you had good ears to pick up things. Do you have now is it absolute pitch or relative pitch? Do you pick things up because I don't have perfect pitch, so I have to pick things up relatively. So that's the how. But what's your perspective on ear training and what's your ears?
Yeah. Uh, as different from the virtuoso story, now I have very perfect pitch
Mm.
uh, because I was singing a lot from score when I was child in a choir from my mom. So I think it comes from singing. So, but perfect pitch is not so important as relative. How you say relative pitch in
I guess
English?
so. I guess that's what the
Relative.
English
So yeah,
speaking countries use.
identifying the intervals. This is the important thing.
Yeah.
Identifying sixth, seventh octave. This is important. Perfect. It can even disturb if you play in an organ from 15th century in Spain.
So it's interesting. I didn't think you could acquire it. I always believed that if you probably just always had it. Isn't that true?
Yes, I think so.
You probably
Yes.
always had perfect pitch, and then you were just became
Yes.
aware of it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember in the high school, in the conservatory as a student, the professor, the teacher organized the people in three different levels. So I was
Yeah.
in the first one. So I realized, oh, okay, then I'm good. Okay. But uh, you are able to sing any melody and to
Yeah.
sing with the name of the notes. This is what we do in Spain.
Yeah.
So do do re do fa mi do do re do sol fa. But
Wait,
I'm not.
do. Wait. So not
But you know,
so la. So you're starting on C. What key is that? So you're starting in the key of
now
F. Is that right?
now no,
F, is it?
I don't use the perfect pitch. I can sing do do re do 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 re do 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 re
Oh,
do
so
do
is
do
that
re
like
do. Doesn't
Kodai
matter.
movable? Kodai, is it
And
movable?
yes, I try not to take care of that. I try to
Okay.
sing the intervals.
Okay.
So they and I sing do do re fa mi do do la la fa mi re si bemol, so B flat.
Okay,
but
okay.
but before it, I think as a teenager it would disturb me to not to sing do exactly the pitch
Mm-mm. Well,
of
Ewald, did
do.
you ask Ewald? I mean, like Ewald has perfect pitch. He said he got used to just because early music, it's the tuning is crazy, right? So everyone is tuning, it's like 415 or maybe something else. So he
Yes,
got
yes,
used to it. He just like got used to it. So is it something
difficult.
how difficult?
I'm an organ student now,
Okay.
so a new instrument, it looks like similar to the piano, but it's very different. So now I'm also I think it will be good for my
Yeah.
hearing for that. Yeah, playing in another instrument that you go to a church in Spain, and it's cold, and the organ, the
Yeah.
bauer, the person who takes care of the instrument didn't come, and the instrument is not on tune. uh doesn't matter, right? I mean,
Well, listen, I can't
that's
tell the
so bad.
difference either way, so I mean, it's not not like it matters to me.
I don't
But
know.
I
As I
guess
said, the intervals are important, but
that's
I
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, it's not. It's like I don't feel in this moment is not my focus.
Hmm.
This topic, yeah.
Can we talk about the film music improvisation? So, like, is it old black and white movies? I
Huh.
think I think I read Shostakovich used to do that. He would
Yeah,
do a bit of that,
yeah,
right? Like I
yeah.
read in his biography. So, is that what you do basically? You watch something and then you just let your imagination run?
Uh, I prepare it, but
Okay.
I there is no method as far as I know. Each silent movie pianist I met has a different method. Um, so I watch the movie many times, and I make notes. I make notes. I write like in this moment, the woman goes to the man and says, "I love you." La, la, la. So sometimes it comes to my mind music which is already existing. So for Nosferatu, I used last time this Rachmaninoff
The prelude
prelude.
in C minor. Okay.
Yeah, it's perfect for Nosferatu. Perfect. So I thought, okay, uh, is improvisation thing? What is Rachmaninoff using there? One important thing is this. So four notes chromatic descending. So you can use this for the whole movie in different accompaniments, harmonies, keys, different characters. So not the whole movie, but almost the 90 minutes. 90 minutes based on something that is not 100% improvisation. Is like 80% improvisation.
I know what you mean. Yeah, you're. It's a thinking
Be-
person's activity. You have to think and plan and execute.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
But you watch the movie and sometimes you think, here I have to do that 100%. So
Yeah.
then you write it down and you want to do that. Okay, I will do that. But other moments you don't know and you are at home. What can I do here? You try things and then you don't find anything. And then, okay, you believe in the magic of the moment, we say in Spanish.
What is
Del
that? Can you
duende,
say
like
that
the
in Spanish?
flamenco
What is
musicians.
that?
The
What's that?
magic,
Yeah, but what is that in Spanish?
la magia del momento.
I got to remember that. I'm trying to learn Spanish, you know. I'm
Okay.
trying to teach my kids Spanish. Yeah, it's a great language.
So let's say with the public and the magic, the darkness, and
Mhm.
you something will come, and it has happened. Some good things come, and other times you just do chords and until you wait something better.
Are you using a
is coming.
piano sound or using like an organ sound?
No, at the moment,
Okay.
only piano. Yeah,
Yeah. So
maybe in 10
it's a
years.
live show,
Mhm.
right? It's a live show basically.
Yes,
So like there's
it's
people in the
live. Yeah,
audience.
yeah.
The show itself, it's silent, right? There's no audio. So you're really providing the sound, right?
Yes, I give the music. Sometimes, if it's possible, there is another person reading the subtitles or the
Yeah.
intertitles. I don't know in
Yeah,
English.
yeah.
Uh, in case there are old people or people who cannot read
Yeah.
well, or yeah. So somebody is also talking or saying that.
Do you know like
Yeah.
if it's like you see a bird, do you play like a trill like that sort of
Is
thing?
it
Sound effects, like basically sound effects.
Mickey Mousing is called that,
It's called
you
Mickey.
know? Mickey Mousing. Because it's the first Disney movies were the ones who were doing
Yeah.
this, like
Yeah.
imitating the sound with music
There's a whole
somehow.
vocabulary, right? There's a whole
Yeah.
vocabulary to cues in music in film, right?
Yeah.
There's almost
Yeah.
like tropes of sound that you can recognize as a certain um
Yeah.
like that's the right sound for that moment. It just becomes part of
Yes.
you
Yes.
expect it, right? When you hear that sound, oh, that's someone falling,
Mm.
a glissando or something, so some kind of thing you
Uh,
associate with an action on the screen.
I'm doing this since all 1 year, so I'm quite beginner. There are amazing people who is doing, for example, in Berlin, Babylon Kino, the one place there. There is an organist, amazing. If everybody who is living or passing by Berlin has to see her, Babylon in Berlin.
That's what her name is. Babylon.
No, Babylon is the cinema, the
Oh,
place.
okay.
But her name is Babilkina, the family name, Babilkina. I don't remember well, unfortunately, but yeah, something like that.
And
Organ and
she's
pianist
very,
player.
very good improviser.
She's amazing.
I
She's
should bring
amazing.
her on then. I should bring her on then
Yeah, yeah,
if
I
she's
think so.
interested. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Yes, this Mickey Mousing thing. I try not. I'm not being original, but trying not to do the obvious thing. You know, uh, sometimes it's funny, like in Buster Keaton, The General, the train. I did. What did I do? Something like that, like train thing.
Yeah.
So Buster Keaton General, I started
Yeah.
with I don't know if you have watched it.
I
I
know Buster
recommend it.
Keaton. He's a very physical comedy, black and white.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
I know him.
fast. It's amazing. So train, which is a little bit like this song
Yeah.
from Kurt Weill. I don't know why it came that. And then the main theme I composed this. I wrote it down because I wanted to have a main theme in this movie. I don't know why. Like it was like uh, uh, like very American, like
Yeah.
bit military,
Yeah.
soldier stuff. There's a war happening, and also rag thing, no, like this, and then it comes the lover of him, the woman. How was it? And then when they go to the train, and sometimes I
That's
realize,
beautiful.
uh, uh, of course, it's not nothing to do, but like reminds. I remember Schumann, Schubert in this kind of. Um, not exactly the same, but the way how I put the notes, and then I want to believe all pieces I played from them help me to find this way of playing.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
believe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
No, it's true. It's so true.
Mm.
What you're saying about influence of the sound, just being exposed to compositions, it
Yes,
changes
and
things,
also manually. I mean, that's why it's good to play pieces, like, because you have something in the hand. The hands have a head. The hands of the pianist had they remember what they played in a way, so your hands know how to play a chord by, you know, I don't know it.
The griff, right? That's Ewald
The
was telling
grief.
me. Yeah. The griff.
Yeah, how you,
Das Griff.
I don't know, that's there. I
Oh, I have
forgot
no idea. I don't
already.
speak German. I'm trying to learn that too. That's not going so well. Anyway.
So the same way as you brush your teeth and you learn this movement, so the same way your hand also knows how to play nicely a chord, not only but also but better, or this,
Yeah.
these kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And
great.
this playing improvising in the silent movie, sometimes if you are inspired, it comes this yeah, it's kind of magic still. Even
I
if you
agree. Yeah,
practice
no, it's
Partimento, there is
I think
still
it's
magic.
cool what you're that's so cool. Can I ask you about theory, music theory? Like what was your exposure to it? Obviously, like Partimento is quite a bit different from the more modern way of
Yes.
teaching. What's your perspective on it? How do you feel about theory?
Okay. I learned in Spain, mostly we learn with Roman numerals and
Right.
function theory. Um, well, this is very far away from in my mind as a student, like 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Now I have a little bit more contact with that thanks to my students or my colleagues, but I don't use them in my lesson, as you have probably guessed. uh, I don't use Roman numerals. I use, or how you say, American. We say cifrado americano in Spanish.
Mm.
American, like in standards, in jazz standards.
Right, right.
C Maj 7. How is it called?
Chord
This
symbols.
chord symbols, chord symbols,
Okay.
chord
Okay.
symbols, or of course thoroughbass.
Yeah.
Uh, yes, of course I use Roman numerals for, say, tonic and dominant.
Mhm. Yeah.
Subdominant sometimes, but no, not much. Uh, yeah, I think this is my contact with that. Some things are good. This is opinion.
Yeah.
Good to analyze post. I mean, after you know the piece, what I see from my colleagues, good to analyze, but not to improvise. And I have tried to improvise with Roman numerals, but it's very difficult.
Well, I think there's
I'm not
there's two layers of abstraction there because you have to
exactly.
first find the fundamental chord
Mm.
from the
I
bass
mean,
note. What inversion is it? And then, yeah.
you have talked about this topic many times here, so we don't need
No, I
to.
could never. I could talk about this topic forever. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
for the end of for the rest of my life, I could talk about this topic.
Yeah, it's very
How
interesting
much?
for me. It was
How?
also
I mean,
big,
I spent.
big.
I mean, how much did I spend on college for that? So, I feel
Yeah,
like I need to get my
yeah,
money's worth, right? I spent tens of thousands of dollars learning about Roman numerals and function theory. I think maybe I should talk about it. Oh, anyway,
yeah. But
but
it's yeah. This is my now in the improvisation lesson. I more in contact with that, but to explain things to my students or to write bass lines and this stuff, thorough bass. But thorough bass, tonical dominance, and chord symbols. This is the
yeah.
theory thing I use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about like 19th century music where it gets a bit out of control, in terms of
Yeah.
like, you're saying Brahms, right? Liszt.
Yeah.
I
Oof.
was looking at
Yeah.
his transcendental etudes the other day. I was just thinking like, this would be tough to,
Yeah.
this guy was a great improviser, Franz Liszt, really great
Amazing.
improviser.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he did that his whole life and so the
Yeah.
pieces, I was just thinking like, perhaps you can. I mean, I think there's a skeleton, right, to everything. There's a kind of a skeleton, and
Yeah.
then you can approach that skeleton chromatically,
Yes.
diatonically,
Chromatic is
modally.
the, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that the key word is chromatism.
yeah.
Chromatism, right? I mean,
Yes, yes.
the chord is still there, but um, uh, it's always changing a half step, one note, and then you go to another key.
Yeah.
You can do this with, there is in the compendium from Derek, a very useful page dedicated to that. Seventh chords,
Yeah.
you change one voice, probably you have seen it, maybe. How is that?
Is that the diminished to the
Diminish
seventh?
or seventh? I think
Seventh to
he
the
starts,
diminish?
and you move the sopran and the bass. This when you see this from this point of view, I think it's easier, this music, right?
Yeah.
So we are going
Sounded
farther.
like Tristan there.
Yeah, exactly. Tristan chord, famous
Yeah.
Tristan chord. But it's
Sounded a
only
bit like that.
yeah. Chromatism is not vertical. It's vertical, but first is horizontal, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, this was the explaining a lot of things I didn't understand before, or I understood, but it was like, really, did the composer think like that? It's
Yeah.
it was difficult to understand, to get
Yeah.
close to the music.
I got really frustrated with chord symbols, at one point, like, because I came from that jazz background, sort of. I
Uh-huh.
mean, I wouldn't say I was like a great improviser, but like, I know that. But, I tried to put chord symbols on classical music.
It
Sometimes it
helps
works.
sometimes. Yes, it
Sometimes
helps.
you
Yeah,
can get, but I feel like you miss a lot of things. Like sometimes I
yeah,
feel like also because I came from like that functional theory, some chords didn't make sense, like from a just like what is this? And I guess it's like uh major 7 sus 4. I mean, like it just it's just the strange things that I was seeing in Mozart. I was seeing it. So I was like, okay, but then I guess I liked the more partimento approach to looking at things.
yes.
And
You
I'm
need
sure there's, yeah,
less abstract, less explanation with Partimento,
yeah,
right? I mean, if uh, uh, like the beginnings of many Chopin pieces,
yeah,
the bass does this in different keys, of course. uh, if you put a number under each note of the bass, is less to see, if you understand, of course, the number. But we
Yeah.
all know what is 2, 3, 5.
Yeah.
It's nothing
Yeah. Yeah.
new. But if you put F minor, is already something, but it's much less than saying using another kind of language as Roman numerals, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm sold on it. I really am pretty
Uh,
convinced by it. So, life as a concert pianist. What do I do now as a concert pianist? You touched on that a little bit, but
now the
you're
silent
more,
movies thing,
yeah. So, but you
the
want to just
silent movies,
mention everything else
yeah.
that we missed? Yeah.
Uh, Before I was always, I have always looked for non-musical support to improvise. I don't know why. So before, now it's movies. Before it was dance. I did kind
Mm.
of a pair of projects with dancers to get influenced by moving, by movement. Then I did something also with video, not movies, but
Mm.
abstract, surrealistic video um, from a friend. And yeah, in Berlin, I was working with actors and in a theater school. So this was a very nice thing, accompanying uh, actors, students, because they don't focus on singing perfectly, more in the acting, in how you
Yeah.
move, and this was also very nice for me.
That's a theme
Um,
that you talked about, right? The being in the real, participating in the real world outside of like that classical
yes,
bubble.
functional music, not functional theory, but functional music. So music which serves, this Jerdingen talks a lot about this. Before, the music was useful, church, uh,
Yeah.
kingdom.
Practical.
Now practical, yes, practical, and now music is in our smartphones. And how why making music? You know,
Yeah.
for me, it's important to answer this question also as a teacher, especially as a teacher. I mean, it's a culture itself. This in world. Maybe the beginning, 20th century beginning, Horowitz and so on, was closer to the 19th century. But now we
Yeah.
are so far away. Is as you said, technologically and everything
Yeah.
has changed so much that it doesn't make sense. There is a kind of broken line there.
Yeah.
Somewhere it was broken. Yeah. Hmm. This is maybe why I need that what I do makes is kind of useful to accompany a movie. I like to play in weddings. They like it. I mean, some
Yeah.
where the music is needed,
Yes.
weddings or funerals or birthday
You're serving
party.
your community, right?
Yes, or
You're
yeah,
participating.
serving the
Yeah.
community, like in the church.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to pray in mass here as organist or beginner organist. Um, Not only these pieces, I learn a lot. I practice a lot these pieces, and you sit there and you listen to
Yeah.
the Beethoven sonata. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
strange. Yeah,
It is
it's
strange.
strange.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
strange. But I know I have to say, um, I've really like come back to like I really like classical music. I came from contemporary music. Like growing up, it was just like Beatles, and it's like 60s pop and all that. I know people think that that's cool, man, like, but I don't know. I as I get older, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like getting more interested in like classical music, and I feel like
Mhm.
modern world classical music is in a way disappearing. I feel
Mhm.
like because it's been so badly handled in the way it's taught and everything, and no one wants to participate in it. Like the crisis with like playing fast and getting and
Mhm.
memorizing and all of that puts so many people off it.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's not the music's fault. I love the music. I think the music
Yes,
is
it's not the
wonderful.
music
It's
fault.
it's
Never.
maybe it's
Yeah.
maybe the best music ever, you know? But I feel like because of like all of these various problems, we are all running away from classical music, and like I got to find the answer somewhere else, you know. And I come from that jazz world. I come from popular music, and I feel like, oh, it'd be such a shame if like I know we take like we I was just complaining about the whole recital thing, but like if there's a way we can like holistically bring back classical music in a way that's like, you know,
I think we are
yeah,
there. I mean, with this, all of this, all of these maestros started Gerdingen, and
yeah,
I think this is, at least I feel it. This is the way.
yeah,
I just remember a big pianist, very famous pianist in Spain, came to our school 2 years ago, and he explained about his Asian students, uh, who are amazing because he changed some fingering, and the next day they could play in the new fingering without mistake. And he was saying, yeah, we have to work hard because Asian people are better than us, and we are the now not the best, the European musicians. I think
mm,
he meant. And I was thinking, yeah, but do we want to be that person? Do we want to be, these kind of musicians? This is
I
the
don't think. Yeah, I mean, like I know it's
uh,
controversial, but I don't think they even
we
played
we
that
weren't
fast.
that. We
Yeah,
w-
I mean,
we are. Yeah, the Europe was the uh, where this music was born. So maybe we should check how was this music was created before
exactly. Yeah,
we want to imitate the imitators.
yeah. You know, we raised a lot of great topics today, Teresa. It's been a real
Mm,
pleasure to meet you and to
yeah.
talk to you. And maybe we should come back on again with Shimon and that friend of yours who's the person. Is she your friend, the improviser? In the
Not friends. We met once, but
Okay.
maybe she doesn't remember me.
Too busy
It's possible.
improvising at films.
It's possible. No, my colleague Anders Clemens, guitar teacher
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
here in Zaragoza, he's
yeah,
also using Partimento in his lessons. So
yeah,
maybe I
yeah.
can
Oh,
ask him.
great. Final question. Yeah,
Yeah.
how has it changed? Like today in Spain or in Germany? Like, have you noticed a change in music education since since Partimento, since improvisation has become more accepted?
Well, I want to believe that I'm a part of something. Yeah. We are more and more and more people each day.
Yeah,
But this is still not enough, I guess. Not enough
yeah,
to change the curricula in the conservatories, for
yeah.
example. Yeah. We need more people to join us.
Yeah, well, Partimento is inevitable, I think, and I use that as a broad term. I think improvisation
Mm.
and the maybe we could just say historical pedagogy is inevitable. It's going to make a restoration. And so, Teresa,
Yes,
thank you
hopefully.
so much. Thank you,
Thank
Professor
you.
Vilaplana. How do you say
Honor.
professor in Spanish? Well, how do you say it? Professore,
Profesora for
profesora.
woman.
Yes,
Profesora or professor.
yeah.
It's
Hey,
easy.
hey, how about this? Why don't I practice my Spanish and we can have a Spanish interview and I'll put the
Oh,
subtitles.
amazing.
Wouldn't that be
Amazing.
good? No, I'm serious. I am like I'm trying to
Amazing.
learn these. There's a lot of people who, I mean, I interview a lot of Europeans, and
Mm.
English is not necessarily their first language. Your English is great, but it'd be
Well,
cool, right? It'd be cool to speak in Spanish and have the
yeah. Since
subtitles.
it's yeah, a very big important language in the world. Yeah. And about improvisation too, because we don't know, but 17th century in Spain was very important for music.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Do you
I would,
know? Yeah,
partimenti are still hidden in the churches here. We have to look for them. This
yeah.
is
No
a
kidding.
big thing. Big thing. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure.
Okay, so I want
Yeah,
to speak at least some
let's talk.
Spanish with you. And we can talk about Spain, the archives in Spain. There must be some really fantastic stuff there. So we have to talk about that in the future. Okay, so uh,
Thank you.
well, thank you so much, Teresa, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye now.
Bye.